If you take away anything from this podcast at all, as far as if TikTok is your main focus, do whatever you can to shut up that voice in your head and just post content that feels good to you.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast, Social Vibes Podcast. This is our second attempt at this podcast, technically, because we don't have Kevin Lee, Caillou, here today, but we will be having him later on in the week, and retrying that podcast. For you guys who don't know, we just had some technical issues, and so this time we're coming back and we're live with Jen. You want to introduce yourself?
Hey y'all, I am Jen. I am a user-generated content. My nickname is the user-generated content.
That's awesome. And then we have Chris as well. Chris,
I'm here. I'm a lamp in the corner, hanging out.
And today we're just hanging out. We're gonna be talking about some different things. But first off, Jen, you had something you wanted to tell Chris, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, guys. For you guys who are looking in, I have to tell everybody, like, whenever we jump on and we're doing the test and things like that to make sure audio and video is going to be good, I have to tell everyone basically, like, shut up, stop talking, because they just want to start talking. They're having these rich conversations, and I'm like, no, this is supposed to be on a podcast, save it. So what I'm referring to is Jen was doing that. Now, Jen, unleash.
Yeah, here we go. I'm jelly. Like, I'm super jelly because what Chris is doing on TikTok and making these, like, big bank funds, I'm like, I want to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get my foot in the door. And so, like, you know, I call you guys my tribal council. Like, I've got you guys all in a group text message. You guys are my tribal council when I need something or whatever. And you guys go back and forth and you share such phenomenal stuff. And I'm just to the point where I'm just going to close my MacBook, put it up for sale, and just go be a Walmart greeter. Like, I'm good. Like, I can't keep up with you guys. Like, you guys are so intelligently smart. I don't know what to do. So, I'm jelly.
I don't know about that.
Wait, what are you talking about with Chris? Did you actually say what? Because you're referring to his, like, his blow up on TikTok recently, right?
No. So he's got this really cool thing where he's like, he's using TikTok Shop to make money, and he's really good at it. He makes these content videos that catches people, like, you don't even realize he's selling a product. You think he's giving, like, an actual testimonial because he, like, loves the product or it's genuine or whatever. But in reality, he's actually made these connections with these brands or reached out to these brands and been like, hey, give me a free product, I'll make a video. He's really good at what he's doing. And he's brought his wife into it recently, and seeing her, like, they play so well off of each other. And it's like the awkward, funny vibe that you get. Like, I love it. I love watching all of this stuff. I don't buy anything because I don't need what he's selling. But the comments and the likes and the views that he's getting is really good. Like, he's just really, really good at it. And I would like to figure out, because I use a ton of stuff in just the Amazon world, and I would like to figure out how to get my foot in the door to do what he's doing. And I don't know if he has.
I got you there.
I don't know if I'll
hook you. I mean, Chris, I'm sure can give some tips. We talked about this in the last podcast a little bit, but I'll let Chris respond to you before I talk about. That's funny. Both of you guys picked up something to drink at the same time. I'll let Chris respond before I basically talk about what I was about to say.
So I'm gonna let Joe talk about this more than me because he's right. Overall, like, brand deals, Joe's been doing it longer than I have. There's a running joke, especially when we'd be in the office together and stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. Somebody could be, like, completely, like, new to the conversation, and they're like, oh, hey, is that the new Rode mic you got there? And Joe's like, yeah, they sent me 2 of those last week, you know. And it was like, we just started doing that with everything. Anyways, but with TikTok Shop, I have to come right out of the gate and be completely honest with you and say what was going on is a couple months ago decided my TikTok was just going to be, like, testing ground. Like, I was no longer, like, worried about if I was just going to mess up, you know, whatever I had already done. Because I had kind of not been posting for months. So TikTok Shop came about, and I'm not going to get into this part, but there was a client potential client we talked to, and I knew I was right in how they should be using this, but they didn't go that direction. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna like see if I'm right.
No way,
So,
I'm opening up the gates. I don't care. They don't watch my content, so I'm just gonna talk about it openly. So here's what happened. Here's what Chris is describing. I had a client come through me for a vid launch, so they wanted like content for social media, and so I was like, look. You know, people hit me up all the time, like, can I hire you? And I'm like, you can't really, yeah, you can hire me, but most of the time it's going to be, like, pretty expensive compared to other people just because, like, everybody wants me to work for them and do stuff for them. So I have set up these different channels in my life where you can come in and work with me, but not necessarily always directly. So VidLaunch is one of those for social media content of any sorts. Now is kind of what we decided today. You can come in and you can do that. So I was like, she hit me up, she was like, hey, can we do some content with you? I want to hire you. I was like, you can't hire me, you can hire VidLaunch. And so we got on the meeting, and straight up they were like, they basically gave off these vibes of, who's this other guy here? And then he was giving his advice on what they should do as far as the content goes and all these different things. And they literally were like, what's your account? They looked him up and they were like, wait, you don't even have any followers. And I was like, well, Joe has this many followers. And they were only looking at Instagram, first of all. And they were like, wait, what's your YouTube? And they went to his YouTube. And I was like, I cannot believe that this is actually happening right now. Like, it seems like... I'm like, you cannot base someone's value off of followers, first of all. Because I straight up told, I was like, you do know that I bought my account from someone else. Like, I paid $500 and bought this account from them with over 10K followers. So, like, wow. What? Chris built all of his followers that he has on TikTok organically. So, anyways, that's basically what happened. So Chris then took that as a challenge because he was like, all right, go ahead.
Because the type of product that they were selling, I just knew out the gate, they wanted us to do professional video, which is fine. There's a place for that. But I was like, dude, you would do so much more with user-generated content. I'm telling you, if you reached out, because we can still help with that at VidLaunch. Give us a budget. We'll go reach out. We'll pay these creators. Actually, micro-influencers might do it for free. I'm a micro-influencer. Like, so you give them a product for free, they make a video, and, you know...
Yeah, like Jen would do it too, I'm sure.
They didn't want to hear it, okay? They didn't want that. They wanted the pro video. There's this thing that happens in the video production world where people are like, I just want it to look good. I don't really, so it's fine. But I knew TikTok Shop was being pushed because it's a new feature on TikTok. But what you can do as a creator, you do have to have 5,000 followers, but when you qualify, you sign up, you can go and request samples, you can reach out to brands. And I did it to try it to see what would happen. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, when I made the first video, I did it as an obligation because I wanted the free product. But I, honestly was phoning it in because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably not going to sell anything. So that's why I did it with my wife. I was just like, hey, look, I got this. Yay. And it got, 1.4 million views. And I was like, what the F? And we sold a couple $100 worth. Well, I got a couple $100. So I don't know how much that is for the brand because we get, a little commission. So, of course, another brand did reach out. The second video I did that got the most traction so far, the most of all my videos ever.
Is this the light bulb one?
Yes. And they were like, hey, we love your videos. Can we send you a light bulb? And I was, dude, I kind of want one of those. So they sent it to me. And the same thing, I really want y'all to hear me on this because I feel like it makes the story so much better. When I love that.
I love in the
2 weeks went by and I hadn't made the video yet. And the brand's like, hey, so when are you going to post the video? And I was like, oh, man, I kind of don't want to do this video now. What did I get myself into? But I was like, okay, you know what? Kara, just really quick, let's go outside. Let's just talk about it. Help me make it, and I'll just post it, and we'll be done with it. So same thing, video number 2. I knew what I was doing when I edited it. I did have a pattern to it. I wasn't just going to, actually not try, but I was in the mindset of, I got to get this over with and post it. I posted it. And it does take a couple of days, but pretty soon it was at 1 mil, 2 mil, and the brand goes, holy cow, do you mind if we sponsor this video? And I was like, yeah, go for it. And then it was just boom. And so we get a commission on every sale. And of course, after that, I'm like, okay, lightning strikes twice, right? Or does it strike a third time? And I did 2 more videos, but I tried to be smart. I tried to be cool. Didn't work. And I was like, see? So those first 2 videos, it was very much just going into it as a consumer, Here's my opinion. So I tested it a third time with that in that video. We're at 200K on the, which is a doorbell camera right now, and that one's selling as well. So there is a pattern to it, and I do seem to like have a knack. I guess maybe I'm not gonna say that like, but it is really easy to do, and there's so much opportunity. And for me, why I was doing this to kind of round this whole story off is because when we work with brands that I know, and this is like 5,000 follower Chris or 1,000 or 200 follower Chris. I've known this the whole time. My followers don't matter, but people are more likely to buy from us just being real people because we're tired of all the advertisements being sold to. So I mean, I'll be completely honest. I did know what I was doing in those videos, so maybe I'm not being completely, hey, this is just a review. Haha, it's not real. Like, I'm not an ad, but
You're
it
being
works.
real, but it's not polished. Like, there's a difference. You can be real, like, just like, for instance, like a fork is a fork, but there's a difference between being polished silver and then a fork that you pull out of the drawer. Like, there's a difference to that. So you're being your real self in the fact that, like, for instance, a light bulb one where you're like, here, let me pretty this up. I'm going to hold this potted plant. Well, like, okay, this makes the shot better, doesn't it? Okay, let me tell you about this light bulb. That's you. That's the true Chris. Like, so you knew what you were doing in far as like getting angles and shots and things like that, but you also are being your true who you are. You're not putting on this grand production and then throwing on a suit and tie to deliver a light bulb, which is not what any of us want. We want the tried and true, like, ultimately TikTok shop and these videos for TikTok is ultimately a Google review for a service business.
Yes.
Like, if you look at it in the service world, like, people go, you're basically leaving a Google review. You can't leave a Google review for the light bulb product, right? And people aren't going to go, so you've got to be able to like find a different avenue to essentially gather that review, which is content, which is something digitally we're all consuming.
Yeah.
And you all guys can do it. If you just get on there, and Joe, you're going to talk about this and do better, and this is why I said Joe should lead this conversation, because he made me realize that you can do this with, you know, like, with whatever is appealing to the brand, basically. So whether that's numbers, it could be followers, it could just be beauty of content. So, you know, I just found my place. So if you're not using TikTok Shop and you sell something, you should, because it works.
So let me break, so basically what we're describing overall is, quotation mark, affiliate marketing. And so basically, for anybody who doesn't know what affiliate marketing is, I'm sure you do, but I'm just helping the people out there who are new, completely new, and may not know. Affiliate marketing is basically when a brand of any kind comes to you and says, hey, we want to give you a product, and you're basically becoming a sales rep. You're getting a commission for the amount of products that you sell, however you want to sell them. Now, obviously, affiliate marketing is online only, so like, you're not carrying physical products, you're carrying digital products that send a link to a page. That link is trackable so that you could track your purchases and get compensated accordingly. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do that, and there's a few ways you may want to do it more than the other. So what Chris is describing is, like he said, TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is really good right now, but it also is like not the best. And so I'm going to tell you why for affiliate marketing. So if you do affiliate marketing with most companies like Amazon, Walmart, there's a photo video company called Moment, there's B&H Photo, all of these different companies, they have a huge category of products. So you can buy the products, or you can request them to do a loaner, or you can get them to send it to you. And the way that you get access to all those different options are different per brand. But they're going to give you a commission typically around 3 to 7%. But on TikTok, it's actually... You would think so, but on TikTok right now, like, say for instance, if you sell a door camera for, like, hey, my little man's coming in. Hey, Asher.
TikTok's like 20%. Like, it's really high. Like, I think we were getting 25 on those light bulb cameras or whatever. So, and what I was gonna say is, like, Joe, you're going off and like getting technical with it, but I almost want to challenge you, like, what would you tell somebody, especially like Jen, because I know Jen could start doing something today. It may not be TikTok Shop, because like you do have to like get in through their little gateway or whatever. Actually, that may not be true. There's probably someone who's figured out how to do it without 5,000 followers, but
Yeah.
you could probably right now, and I'm gonna guess it's something along the lines of just start making videos. But what would you tell someone,
the front
Joe, if they
row.
wanted to start making videos? Because you don't have to have followers to do it.
Yeah, so like if you're wanting to get into user-generated content right now, basically what I would say, or not even UGC, because I'm definitely not a UGC creator. I am just a content creator. What you would do is basically I would advise you to if you have enough followers, get started on TikTok Shop. If you have enough followers for Amazon affiliate, get started there.
So
You
I need help
Jen.
with that. I need help with that. I really, really, really want to do an Amazon affiliate because I think I'd be really good at it, and I want to try it. And I've reached out to people to be like, hey, help me with this, and it's like a gate kept secret right now on how to even get started
Yeah, so basically
you have 1,000 subscribers
on TikTok.
anywhere.
I've got 6,300 on Facebook followers.
That might work because I think you just have to have 1,000 to become an Amazon influencer.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly what Chris said. You have to. It's based off of like you being. Oh, you hear him?
He's so cute.
You have to actually be like you have to have some numbers. So for instance, for me, my Instagram accounts got me accepted in because I have like 10K. I think you only have to have like you don't have
1,000.
to have a ton. Yeah, 1,000.
1,000.
So basically,
I've got
you go
1,000 on TikTok, and I've got 6,300 on Facebook. So
I'm not sure if they're accepting TikTok yet. Whenever I went back and applied,
That's how I got it. Sorry to keep cutting you
Dude,
off. but
TikTok?
That's I
Okay,
got Amazon.
so
influencer, and
literally
I got
you
it
just-
for on-site.
So literally, all you would do, Jen, is or anybody watching who's want to get started and follow these steps step by step, like I'm saying, is you literally would just go to AmazonAssociates.com, and you would create an account. You would put in your link, and typically, like within like a day, you hear back if you got approved or not. And a lot of times, if you didn't get approved, if you just apply again and make sure you include all your links, like you get approved again the second time. And basically what that does is it's not going to give you access to like free products yet or anything like that. It's just going to allow you to have links that you can use within your social medias, within your bios, within YouTube videos. And those links are very, very important. So basically from there, the next step, so step 2, you want to get into Amazon affiliate or whatever affiliate program you can get involved with. And then you want to go look around your house and see whatever you already have. You have a camera, you have an SD card. That camera needs a cord. Review that cord, review that camera, review that SD card, review whatever, literally every little component. Make a video about it. Or do like any type of video you could do. I recommend like YouTube videos. You can also do TikToks. Yeah, he said that I recommend YouTube videos as well. But with YouTube videos, you can tag all the products right below the video. With TikTok, you have to go to the bio because like you know for Amazon affiliate stuff. So do like a YouTube video or you can still do Amazon TikTok.
yeah, because you could do the YouTube and then create a playlist for like all of your so what I would recommend doing is the workaround for this on TikTok would be because you have to have over 1,000 followers on TikTok to put the link in your bio. And then once you have 1,000 followers, put all of your videos on YouTube and then create a playlist on YouTube and then put that YouTube playlist in your bio. That's the workaround.
So with the Amazon influencer program, it's like you only have to have 1,000. It doesn't matter what channel it is. They'll just ask you to link at least that, and they'll go verify it. And hit me up about this, Jen. I mean, anybody can hit me up, but there is, because I actually bought in or took a webinar on this and stuff, and there is a certain way you want to make sure because they have to approve you on what I'm going to say. So before I get ahead of myself, I just want to say that. But what you basically do is you sign up, you show them your socials. They say, cool, you're an influencer, and you have a storefront. But there is on-site commissions, what they call, and what that will allow you to do is you don't have to worry about driving traffic at all. You actually create videos and upload them directly to Amazon. And we started doing that because I have a friend who's making like 10K a month in these commissions. So you literally just upload the video and they put it on the product. So when you are on a product on Amazon, you scroll down, there'll be other user-generated videos. And we've made money off of that. We made like a couple $100, but I haven't really done that many videos. I feel like if I put my head down and really did it, the trick is though is you do have to post like 3 videos at first to get approved. So you got to be careful. Like your first 3 videos need to be like good, but you almost, when you're going to get into it this way, and this is the caveat here, you almost want to sign up, you get approved for influencer, then you post 3 videos, and then you just wait, and then they'll approve you for on-site. And once you're approved for on-site commissions, you don't have to worry about links in bios or playlists or YouTube. You can
That's what I
literally
wanna
just
do.
post. And if you post consistently, and like Joe was saying, it's literally anything in your house. If it can be sold on Amazon, it could be a freaking teacup. I don't want to call her out by name, but that's making $10K a month. She was doing her tea, like, so pulling out tea bag, literally, and she has like 700-ish videos on her Amazon like storefront, if you will. Now, aside from that though, like Joe was saying, affiliate wise, you can drive people to your storefront. So if you curate your storefront and you put a bunch of products on it, you can send people there and put those videos you make for Amazon on your YouTube. So you can be doubling up. And I think the commissions will be more lucrative if you can build a following, just like YouTubers do, just like Joe, Joe and everybody else does. But this on-site thing, before it becomes really saturated, because like not everybody's doing it yet, it is a legit thing that you can actually make user-generated content and just post it to Amazon, and then Amazon takes care of the traffic, if you will. So it's really easy to get into. I almost like tripped into it. Again, I feel like something, because you started this whole rant on like, oh, I'm jealous of Chris and stuff, and I don't mean this to sound like when I say it, but I think things that work out for me like that are because they're almost like an afterthought, because I didn't go into it like hoping for this like big outcome. I kind of just went into it like with an open heart of like, you know what, I'm gonna try this thing, see what happens, and I'm like, I'll be damned, that thing actually works. What the hell? Like, okay, cool. I'm gonna keep seeing if I can keep making it happen, And so there's so much opportunity when it comes to being creator or promoting products, affiliates. It's awesome. So if you like want to do this, like do it. Just start doing it.
I do. Yeah.
So what happens is after you get approved and you get basically like all signed up and you have, like Chris saying, you get those 3 videos, you get approved, then you start doing the reviews. What happens is eventually you're going to be able to have some metrics to gauge how much you're selling monthly of other people's products. Not how much you're making. That doesn't really matter to brands, right? So you go into your Amazon affiliate and it's literally going to give you a chart and say like, you'd be surprised. Like it'll say something like, hey, you're making, like, you've sold $28,000 in products this month. Now don't get all happy because your cut is probably going to be under $100 like mine is. But what happens is that's very, very good for brands. So now you can use that to get any product you want. And that's what I did. So even having under 1,000 subs, what I would do is literally take those metrics from Amazon affiliate, putting into a Canva template where it has my, all the information from all my social medias as far as followers, engagement rates, and then I would have the Amazon affiliate data in there, which was the strongest thing out of all of it. And I would say, hey, Road, or hey, Deity, or hey, XYZ, like, I want to review this new product you have. Here's how much sales I'm driving a month, and they'll just send it to me for free. Like, no strings attached. And so basically I was able to take that data and be able to bring in, I don't really call it income because like those aren't brand deals. Like they're basically just like making money back from products, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you could though, like that's the thing that I'm realizing. There's a guy I follow named Creator Wizard. I'll shout him out because he's baller. The guy makes multiple 6 figures doing brand deals, and his brand deals sometimes might be $8K for one like brand deal, let's say, which is crazy, right? He's just making a video similar to what we were describing. But Joe's right. I actually had the same realization that because I had one video pop off and got over 1 million, and I was just excited that I have a video over 1 million, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily fit my target niche that I've been doing this whole time on TikTok, but it's 1 million views either way. And then we did it again, and it was like 5 something, and I was like, I think I'm starting to realize the formula to this, and I could probably apply this to just about any service, right? And then I was talking to Joe, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy. We were just talking as friends, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. We've sold probably like, I don't know, 20 or 30 grand worth of freaking light bulbs for these people. And then it just like, I don't know if I was driving home, light bulb, but I was like, if I put that in like a little, media kit or just something, just saying like recently, as a matter of fact, actually I'll give you a better example. Bucky's, I don't know if I can find the link, I'll share it with you. Bucky's looking for people to like try out snacks or something, and like they're gonna pay you so much and give you the money for the snacks and do all this stuff. It's just something, and this is another one of those things that I signed up for just because it sounds like fun, not because of the money. But when I send it to them, they're like, why should we choose you? And I'm like, well, recently I was able to get almost 7 million views in videos in the last couple of weeks, and we made about $25,000 for the brand, just in a couple videos. So I mean, I have 24,000 followers on TikTok. I am able to sell products. So, if given the chance, I'm sure we could do the same thing. I feel like it would hit a little bit different. I'm like, what if I package this up and was like, what if I start, and Joe, I mean, I don't mean to get into it because we talked about it in the last podcast. So shameless plug for the last podcast, but he was like, dude, you should, if you want to work with like Small Rig or Rode or something like that, just send them an email and be like Joe basically just said that, but like, hey, I was able to do XYZ, and I would love to like have XYZ product, and I would love to make a video for you. And I think in your case, Jen, too, and Joe could jump in and like agree with me, but even if you don't have those numbers, or anyone who's listening, like, you would just make a video of the way you would do it, though. Go find something that you love, make a video, spend a little bit of time on it, on how you want to show up and how you want people to see how you would do it, and still send that to them and be like, this is what I'm capable of doing. And I do have 6.3 thousand followers on Facebook. I have over 1,000 on TikTok. I know that we could get you guys some sales. I mean, you got to shoot your shot, because you'd be surprised. I'm sure I've gotten something sent to me before I had followers. So it's not every brand is so rigid that you have to have like 1 million followers and all these sales to be able to partner with them.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't know what I don't know. And that's obviously very apparent in sitting in this room that looks like absolute chaos right now behind the camera,
Same.
So we started, but my backstory is like, I started creating content when I hired you and a production company to start filming stuff for an app that we were developing. And at that point, like, it's just developed from there. And it's like, why are you not just creating content? Like, you're good at it. And then Jason the other night came to me and he was like, I think I found your calling. I think you're meant to be a news anchor. And I'm like, what? No. Because we were talking about everything that was going on in Maui, and like, I wanted to there's so many TikTok videos that I was watching, and I was like, dude, we've got a platform. Like, let's let these users know that, like, hey, we've got a platform. If you guys want to come tell your story from an unfiltered lens and just tell your actual version of what happened to you, like, you're more than welcome here. Like, your following may not be that big, or you may not like the way that the news camera is trying to filter what you're saying, and they have an agenda behind it. We are agenda free, and you are more than welcome to come tell your story. And that's what our YouTube channel Everyday Moments is about. Is Jason and I share so much, so real. It's like we fold our laundry in front of the entire world. Like, we've got viewers from Australia. Like, last week we checked the analytics, and our highest viewer count was from the UK. Like, it's
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Like, it is awesome. And so we hit 100 subscribers to our podcast channel on YouTube, which 100 subscribers is like, everybody's like, oh, 100K. And I'm like, no, just 100, like just a room full of 100 people. But our channel is getting a ton of watches. So we're trying to convert right now from, our viewers to actual subscribers. So that's kind of where our mind shift is happening. And we're doing a lot of just educating ourselves and watching other people, talking to tribal council, like that kind of thing. And really just growing and learning and trying to do what we can do to make money. Like, we're all trying to do that, right? Just simply make money. And so I want to obviously leverage my following, leverage what I'm good at doing, which is talking and selling stuff, and being genuine, and I don't even like saying unique, because like, I'm just me. Like, that's it. Like, I don't even really like calling myself unique. So I just want to, that's really what I want to do. I just want to learn. I want to make money. I want to be good at what I do. And I want to be able to ride this wave that's happening, because the world is going this direction. Like, going into Walmart is going to end. Going into the stores to buy anything is going to end.
Yep. Yeah, you know what's crazy is I agree. A little bit different of what you just made me think of is that I think even with like television celebrities, like all these things that a lot of us have grown up and been completely like used to the way things were, and the whole micro influencer thing is like kind of the best way to nutshell it. It's fascinating that like because there's so much opportunity for people to kind of turn on a camera or their phone and just talk about, like, we're able to find people that are like specifically who we want to, you know, learn from, engage with, whatever. Before, with TV celebrities, you still had your favorites, but you were picking from a pot that was like so big, right? You were like, this is what they give us. I get to pick and choose. I get blue or red, right? This is my team. But when there's all of us on, we can actually be like, oh, I like this person because they, you know, align politically to this, but they also are a tech person or whatever it is. And so it is going to spread it out a little bit, but also like we're going to be getting a little bit more of that on our end when it comes to the wealth and the attention and stuff like that. So there's still, I think, enough for everybody to do their thing. And I'm kind of what you said, but I'm on the same like level as far as I'm trying to get behind this as far as content creators, because I know that myself, I realize I possess something just like you do, Jen, just like you do, Joe. We're not afraid to like put ourselves out there, even though we may not always look our best or whatever. And there's a lot of people that want to be doing this, but I think they're just thinking that it's a lot more involved, or there's just, I don't know, they just overthink it, and it's not that hard. And I'm like, I can do something by just posting content. But there's a part of me that's also like trying to get ahead of like, there's going to be a lot of people that need to get there. People that are more important than me, that have a better message, that can help more people. And like, they're just scared to turn on the camera. And so I'm like, for now, until I can figure out how to help as many people as I can, I'm going to keep creating content because I'm like obsessed with it. I just like doing it. I guess I like hearing myself talk, or I don't know. I don't know why I like doing it. It's a weird thing to like doing. Okay. Maybe it's a millennial thing, whatever. But it's, if it works, if it helps people, if it inspires people, great. But really, it's just because I want you guys, I want to like grab the camera and shake and realize you can do this too. And some of you guys need to be doing it, not me, you.
I think there's so much opportunity to like monetize anything online. And I know like the goal is not always for people to make money. Like that's not your number one thing, but let's be honest, like you have to have money. And so you can't just go out and create content and be like, you know, have starving artist syndrome or whatever they call it, where you just can't afford your own life because you're just so wrapped up in your own passions. But you can turn those passions into a lifestyle for you that you can afford. There's so many different things you could do. That made me think of, you guys were talking recently, and maybe Chris, definitely jump in whenever you want, because Chris says that I downplayed myself a lot. But recently, I have some friends who are creators. I have multiple different friends who are like, you know, pretty good creators. They do it full time, and so I do like in different areas too, like different types of content. And so one of them specifically, I think they're the biggest ones I know. They're definitely the biggest ones that I'm friends with. But they create content for TikTok. They're like full-time, basically TikTok. And they do huge brand deals, all the different things. And so I saw that YouTube was pushing podcasts, and they kept saying it. They were like, hey, we're pushing podcast content. We're making it easier for you to view it. We're incentivizing it through money-wise more. Some of the stuff hasn't even rolled out yet, honestly. I don't think all of it has, because on the back end, I'm not seeing all of it yet. But they said it's coming this year, and they're putting a big emphasis on it. So I hit them up, and I was like, yo, you guys should do a podcast, and like, I'll do it for you. I'll run it for you. I think you should really do it. It took me like 3 or 4 times to convince them. But they said yes. We're now on episode... We just released episode 9 today. And Chris, what did you say the numbers are? It's only... So it's
here,
been...
Let me jump in. So this is crazy. I remember him telling me about it, and I was like, dude, that's good. Because I probably shouldn't name drop... I'm not going to drop their name, but I shouldn't, like, number drop. But they have a lot of followers. a lot. Like, think whatever that number is and times it times 10. On TikTok, on YouTube, like, these guys are legit, like, content creators, influencers. Anyways, when he said that they were going to start doing it, I was like, cool. And I started watching it, and I was like, this is good. I remember texting him day one, and I was like, dude, the first episode or two that you guys, they've already got like 2,000 subs on YouTube. Like, I was like, that's fast. Like, for episode one. It's
like from zero, by the way.
Yeah.
Just from zero, like brand new channel.
Boom, right? And then they got 6,000, 10,000. Like, they're getting views on their channel. And it happened a little bit over time. And I may have put it down for like 2 weeks. I don't know. But I picked up the phone yesterday. This is why he's talking about this, because I texted him. They have 233,000 subscribers on YouTube right now. And their videos are all pretty much over 1 million now. And I'm talking about the shorts. I should have been specific. If you go look at their shorts, it's like 1.5 million, 2 million, 5 million, 600,000. It's like, I texted him, I go, dude, when the heck did it go from like, they had like 12,000 to like 200? Like, so I said, you need to give yourself credit, dude, because that's like, I'm not saying that they don't deserve most of the credit because it's them in the picture and like they're the ones talking. They are really charismatic and they're funny, but that's because of you, dude. Like, that, if you wouldn't have pushed them to do that, they wouldn't be anywhere where they are right now. So you got to like pat yourself on the back and stuff because you saw it. You knew what was coming. You influenced them to do that. But yeah, it's crazy to see the opportunity that's out there. And obviously, I have to say this and then I'll shut up. Obviously, they already have a following and stuff, so please keep that in mind if you're trying to grow your own right now. That's why they needed to do it, though, is because they already have a following in all these other places. Like, of course, somebody like this should have a freaking podcast, because like it's the thing to do. But the thing that made it magic is not just because they're influencers that made a podcast. They're good on their podcast. They knew exactly how to take it and run with it, and it feels very much like a podcast, and it's different from their content. So there's no wonder why these guys, group of people, not just guys, girls, are actually where they are with their follower account. They know what they're doing. They're good at what they do. So anyways,
and I say that to say not to like be like
no, you should.
Oh, look at me. But seriously, I say it to say you, like, all I did is saw an opportunity, and I said, oh, I'm going to, like, see if these guys are interested in doing it. You can do the same thing. I see an opportunity. Hey, I'm going to see if this brand is interested in doing this. Hey, I see an opportunity. I'm going to see if this, like, creator who has 2,000 or 3,000 more followers than me is interested in doing this. The thing is I've learned this from so many people, but I've honestly first learned it from experience. If you're trying to grow online, you're trying to grow your business, you're trying to grow whatever it is as an influencer, or even your personal brand, the fastest way to grow is to basically, the way I'm about to say it sounds bad, I don't know a better way to say it, is basically to like leech off of other people. And so you need to provide them some type of value, and that's how you get your foot in the door. So like, say for instance, if I wanted to do something for, I'm just use the example that I said. If I want to grow my own following, then getting in proximity with other people who have a larger following is just by nature over time going to help me grow my accounts faster. So what you do is provide value to those people. Don't go to them and say, hey, you want to jump on a free podcast with me? Absolutely not. Like, you're literally like clout chasing. Like, provide them value. Say, hey, I'm going to make you money for your own podcast. And now I'm in proximity with other people who are similar to what I want. Daily, they're motivating me. Daily, I'm motivating them through the content that we're creating. And I'm getting compensated for my time and the things that I'm doing. And I think that you could do that in so many different ways on social media. I think it honestly just all starts with affiliate marketing for a lot of content creators who are getting started out, though. Like, I'm curious, Jen, once you get started, like, what it's going to look like for you in just a month. I will say, and I've talked to Chris about this, recently, not because he's doing it, but just in general. But don't get lost in the opportunity of money when it comes to being online. Don't go accepting the stupid, like, I don't know, like the toilet plunger that you know that you can make money off for selling through affiliates. Don't do that. You need to find things that are going to fit very well with your brand. Protect your brand. Like, Nike's not going to be doing any brand deals with a toilet plunger person just because they can make more money. Obviously, Nike doesn't need money, but you like make sure that the partnerships are beneficial to you as well. And I think that's super duper important when it comes to affiliate marketing. I still get people who hit me up in the DMs. Like I had someone yesterday. Actually, I had 5 people yesterday. I could probably get about 5 new emails every day. Hey, can you review this product? Whether it's some Bluetooth headphones, whether it's like an iPhone microphone. And like, yeah, those are pretty close, but I'm like, nah, my audience doesn't need that, so no. Like, and even some of them have recently even been commissioned. Like, hey, we're gonna pay you. I don't mind saying it. Hey, we'll pay you $50 on top of sending you the free products to make just an Amazon video or a TikTok video to post it on your page. I'm like, nah, my audience doesn't need that.
Dude, that's true. Because like,
yeah,
that once I posted those couple videos, people saw them. Obviously, they started sending them. I have people send me makeup, like not send it. They sent me a message. But I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, you do have to look at it like, dude, I would love to get all the free products. Don't get me wrong, okay? But I got to be able, like, if you actually want me to help you, I got to be able to promote this, okay? I'm not going to be able to promote. I mean, I thought about it. One of the spandex brands reached out, and I told Carol, I was like, wouldn't it be funny
that would have been amazing.
Like, it's going to be gross. But at the same time, probably get a big laugh.
Wait, spandex?
Products. Yeah, like, you know how they have, like, all those shapewear? Shapewear. Like it's really popular right now. Like there's like.
Didn't you know he's talking about?
Yeah, Spanx. Like,
you don't know what
Spanx,
shapewear is?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like just like tight clothes.
Suction, hold you up.
Okay.
No, shapewear is specific because it actually like helps form your body. It's like tan colored usually, or just something that it's a skin tone, and it's meant to go under your clothes.
Yes. Well, I mean, maybe it's meant to go over your clothes. However, you're gonna freaking sell it.
Dude, but
make that bag.
The point is that there people will reach out to you, and you. I mean, like I agree with that 100%. Like, I mean, I will promote the plunger because I think I can make that video, and I still would just reach for the sky when it came to Nike. But if I can't promote it, I'm probably not, and I'm gonna start moving in that direction now myself. Like, there's no reason to do something if it's gonna hurt your brand just because you might make a quick buck. Because if you just grind it on, I know there are creators out there that have made videos that look fantastic, and the brand is like, this is amazing, and they may not have sold a single one. It doesn't matter because the brand now has a sick video. That's what's so beautiful about UGC content is because you don't actually have to sell anything on your page. They can still post that and get, the traction or the brand awareness that they need. Or even it's just something that just shows the product being used, and that's still valuable. It may not, like, rake in all the sales or get millions of views, but, 100%, dude.
Jen, have you ever brought in any, bigger deals directly through social media? Like, it doesn't have to be for, like, content stuff. I mean, like, just for work or business in general. Have you ever, it could literally, you can count LinkedIn as well.
No, I haven't done anything. Like, there's so much lacking that I just don't know how to do. Like, I don't know how to reach out to brands. I don't know how to get contracts. I don't know how to do any of that. It's like everything that I do and I mention right now is like, I don't even know how to set up the affiliate account and make sure that I'm getting paid from the links or any of that. Like, I've got so much freaking gear sitting in front of me. Like, there's probably at least 50 grand sitting in this room. And I'm not kidding, that I could go and be like, hey, I'm a brand new YouTuber, so, this is the gear we're using. This is what I like about it. These are the problems we're not having, because that's, when I was looking for gear and stuff, like, I didn't know overheating was an issue. Like, I had no clue that was a thing, but it is. It's a legit thing. Gear overheats. And I was like, well, I never realized that. Like, so things like that I'm like, I could really make money because I'm good about talking about products, and I've gotten really good about doing it in 60 seconds or less.
Okay, so here we go. This is an opportunity for me and an opportunity for you, because I'm starting a coaching service. So here's your free coaching right now. Mm-hmm. So people hear, about how people are making all this money, like how I'm making money online, how Chris is making bank on TikTok Shop, how these creators are making, and sometimes, like, seriously, they're making a lot of, people are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they get all antsy, like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, I need to do that. So first, let's start with you as a new creator. Let's narrow it down. Where do you want to start? What do you want to start learning? Where do you want to? How do you want to bring in your next buck? How would you prefer that?
I would like to do the like Amazon affiliate marketing because I get so much of my life off of Amazon, and that to me seems like it would be easy to post with like a video and a link. Like I think that would be super easy to do.
Okay, tell me about your brand that you would use this for.
What do you mean brand? Like the Jennifer Clements?
Sure. Is that what you want to?
Yeah, it would just be
Is
me.
that what you want to do? Okay, and tell me about what's your target audience? What's your goals when you're creating that content?
My target audience is gonna be. I mean, I've got. Honestly, I can tell you our audience from our analytics who watches YouTube, and I can tell you who was watching my Facebook page. It's predominantly a male-dominated audience that's watching my stuff, and it's the younger, which is really blew my mind. It's not my generation that's watching me; it's the next generation that's watching me, and that kind of blew my mind a little bit. So
people older than you?
Younger than me.
Oh, younger than you. Okay.
Yeah.
And so just make sure this is a personal brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very important to like. Okay, so what are you talking about? Like, what do you want to continue to talk about in the future? Like, what do you want this to be about? Like like your Clemens brand, like your personal brand, basically.
Hang on, I had a pop-up happen. I don't really know. Like, my personal brand is really just about like life story, like I'm just staying genuine to who I am. And so as I feel like as my life changes, what I talk about is going to change. And I feel like the people who try and stay in a specific area and don't grow and change as they grow and change, people stop watching. And so I want people to come along for the life journey and maybe learn like, hey, like this is the baby formula thing. And like, oh yeah, years back, I remember when she talked about, and you know, she found the stroller and the car seat and like, and now she's talking about dorm room stuff for her kids. And like, that's what I want to be about, is like following the real trajectory of my life, the real path of my life.
Hold on. So dive deeper, though. Why should I stick around with you through all these different changes? There's something there that is you, and why I should specifically buy. And I don't mean to sound so confrontational when I say it, but adding on to what Joe's saying, like, I hope you get what I mean, is that, like, what do you really want people to, like, follow you for, though? Like, because, yes, all those life changes will happen, and you will talk about all those, but people will say that I follow Jen, though, because of blank.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so cliche because so many people try and say it, but it's just real, genuine things that happen every single day. Like, it's the real usage of things. Like, it's the real. I want to find things that make, or like, I follow Jen because she gives me that like really works. She's giving me the stuff that's like not adding friction points and not adding clutter to my home. She's giving me the stuff that like actually helps keep myself organized, helps me keep my house clean. Like, she's got 5 kids. She's keeping it real. Like, that's why I follow her.
So here's what I would recommend first, because you have to make, if you actually, so I don't recommend like changing yourself like to, you know, attract the right person, because this has been really wrong from some people, and they've struggled with, you know, had mental issues from trying to be someone they're not when it comes to your online platform. But I think that you could always bring organization in a way that's best for you. So what I would do is first organize this all on social media. So like TikTok, you can post any of the stuff you're talking about at any time as soon as it happens. All the other platforms, not at all. Like, you can't do that on Facebook. You can't really do that on YouTube. Even Shorts. You can't really do that on TikTok, on Instagram. Now, if you're not focused on those, then don't worry about what I'm about to say. But if you are focused on those, which I would say for anybody, I wouldn't be banking on TikTok only, just because, like, well,
it's
first,
too
I'm
easy to get banned.
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber, and so I would say, like, you know, every TikTok person, if they move to YouTube, they would make so much more money than they're probably already making, unless you're like a, you know, one of the D'Amelios or something like that, where you just have stupid, crazy brand. Even them, actually, I would say, you know, them moving to YouTube, which they have, has probably made them more money. People would rather be a bigger YouTuber than a bigger TikToker, just because it is, like, you bring in more money, you have more organization. So what I would do is organize all that, like record it daily still when it happens, but then put some type of schedule to it. So like for instance, there's a creator, I'm not going to say who she is, I'm not even going to mention the talk, but what she would do is sit down once a week, and she called it, I'm going to give it another name because like this person's been canceled. Actually, no, I'm going to talk about it because this person's been canceled. Miranda Sings, who is like goes by Colleen Ballinger. Do y'all know who she is?
I've heard a little bit about why she got canceled.
Yeah, but basically what she does is she used to do something called Taco Time on her personal channel, like her like not in character, and she would sit down and talk about something every week at a certain time, typically, and everyone showed up because it was consistent. Like, I think having that consistency when it comes to posting or doing anything other than on TikTok, honestly, like TikTok is nothing is consistent about TikTok at all. As far as if you just post daily at any time you want daily, it's going to work. But when it comes to YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, I think having something that's a little bit more structured helps your viewers engage your stuff a lot, and it also helps you become more presentable to a brand. It makes you look more organized if you have something in the bio that says, like, videos daily, or on YouTube that says tune in for a video every Tuesday and Thursday, or a podcast every week, something like that. And then once you do that, you're able to track your metrics a little bit better because you know what type of content you're posting on what days or things like that when it comes to YouTube, and you can present that to a brand as well. But I think, I don't know, it's really, I think there's a lot of, I know this doesn't help a lot of people and it doesn't help you, but honestly, I would definitely say, Chris might fight against me, there is some luck that comes into growing a personal brand. You can work as hard as you want, you can do all the things right. I promise you, you really can. I know people who've done, I'm one of them. And you can still not blow up. There is some luck that comes into it. And so I think the only thing that you can do is control the consistency and how hard you're working, so that when that luck comes into play, like their channel and all your stuff is already ready to basically take off. Because, like, here's a great example. Have y'all seen Bobby online yet? All the Bobby podcasts.
Bobby Alton.
Have you seen it, Jen?
No.
Dude, she's huge. So, like, basically to everyone, they're like, who is this girl? Because she popped up out of quote unquote nowhere doing podcasts with Drake.
Her.
It's not out of nowhere. Though. See, I gotta come back.
No. But that's what I'm saying. To us, it seemed like it came up out of nowhere. But really, if you go do the deep dive, which people on TikTok have done, they're like, oh, this girl's been podcasting for years. She
did just start. No, because she talked about this on Dave Portnoy's podcast on Barstool. She's been maxing out her credit cards and stuff and paying these people to be on her podcast. She's smart. So she did one. She realized that it could work. So she put out a post on TikTok saying, like, I want celebrities. It was a joke, kind of, because that's her shtick. But, like, somebody responded. It was Rick, I'm going to mess up his name. He's a comedian. And he joined. That's where it started. Because when Rick did it, people were like, oh, maybe we should pay attention. So then she paid Drake. She paid Tyga. She, like, reached out. And she's, like, she was on Dave's podcast, which is
she didn't pay them. She didn't pay them.
Yes,
the money she was... go back and look at it. What she was talking about, she was saying basically the money that she paid was for the flights to get there.
Yeah,
and like the lodging.
She paid Drake. She said she paid Drake. She had to pay him like $1,800 or $800 or something. I promise. That's what she said. She said the same. Well, and she said on the podcast with Tyga that she paid him money. She might have been kidding about that because that was the actual podcast. But yes, she said she was maxing out paying for flights and flying to these people because she just shot her. You're right. Maybe she didn't pay her Drake. Maybe you're right. But she did shoot her shot. She actually sent him a DM. She didn't think he was going to respond. Drake agreed.
But she was creating. I'm saying though, if you go back and look, she's been creating on YouTube and on TikTok for a very long time. Right. And so I'm saying that her having that consistency, then she gets a moment like this. That's why she got so big so quick. If she hadn't been creating before, I promise it probably wouldn't have. Like those interviews would not. She wouldn't even have gotten that opportunity in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
If she already wasn't a creator. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you have to, like,
And
you
that's
have to lay the foundation. Now, there are people like MKBHD. I don't know if y'all know who that is. Marcus Brownlee on YouTube. He's a huge creator. That dude started creating from, like, freaking high school, and he just kept making videos all the way through college, and he spent his time, right? So sometimes, and I think, like, I'm
Dude, like,
thinking my journey.
even Casey Neistat, he like had an HBO show. Like he had an HBO
Yes.
show that completely flopped. It had like 2 or 3 seasons, and they like So there's been a lot of these people that they're like, oh, they're the big top, YouTubers of our time.
Sometimes it just
like,
takes time, and you have to spend that time. You have to do whatever it takes to stay consistent, even though you're not getting any money back from it, even though you're not seeing views. Like, now go back and look at Casey's videos that were only getting like probably 90 views. When now that he's blew up, I bet you all of them have over 100K views.
Yeah.
But it just, I'm telling you, if you're not putting in that work in the front, like, and not preparing to take off, then it's not gonna take off and go very far once you do have that moment in the spotlight.
there's the saying, right? The harder I work, the luckier I get. Hey, I got it, Jen. I know you probably want to jump in and say something. I'll come back, but I want to say something about TikTok. You kind of triggered me a little bit, so I got to fire back on that.
No, I don't have anything to say.
So I don't. I'm sitting over here. You're talking bad about my favorite platform over here, Joe. There's somebody here in the room that has studied this platform extensively. I promise I've 10 times your scrolls. I know I have, but I would agree with you in the sense that you shouldn't put all your eggs into that basket. But when you say like you can't grow, dude, tell that to like Brittany Broski and like there's so many people that are like they're on red carpets, they're like doing all kinds of stuff, and it all started in pretty much their only platform and where they stay and where they hang out. And there is something to be said. You're right. You said Charlie D'Amelio or whatever. It's so funny that some of these people though, like her or whoever the top one is, like I've literally never seen one of her videos. Like they've never come across
me
my
neither.
FYP.
Me neither.
I have no idea how these people got to 150 million, but I will say that what you're right about though with TikTok is that it's a great platform that gets awareness. You could literally have 1,000 and tomorrow a video could pop off. Like, so you just got to keep posting anything and everything. It's not even because you said you could get away with that. I think you should. I think if your whole thing is content strategy like us, talk about that, sure. But still post the controversial video where you say like, oh, I think Miranda Sings is a genius. Whatever you want to say, like post that stuff because you find your audience that way. But that content that goes viral will be like, will tell the algorithm like, hey, these people that watched it, especially the ones that watched it all the way through, will reserve them some more content, right? And when your content comes up that is more specific to what you do, say you do baking or something, the people that are like, oh, I freaking love baking, I didn't know this person did that, I just like their like funny dance video, now they're going to attach themselves to you and stuff. But the goal always should be like, where are you taking them to, right? Like, do you have a Facebook group? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a private
website
coaching?
with a product?
Website,
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Jen, this just made me think. This just made me think of something for you. Honestly, like with the type of content that you're doing, I think it's a perfect place for TikTok because basically you were saying the thing that sets you apart is how real and authentic you are about things that happen and go on in your life. What I would do is I've done this before and it helped me jump about 500 subs on YouTube or so. But basically I found other people who were similar to me but had bigger followers than me, and I connected with those people. So I spent like one whole night. I was like, I'm gonna go from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and message all of the people that I can find who I can provide value to through like free content for them that they could cut up into clips or something like that. And I'm gonna ask them, can we do a podcast or some type of collab together? And some of those people, literally 5 out of 100 DMs that I sent said yes. But those 5 that I actually ended up doing collabs with actually did a lot for me in my brand, or even taught me something. So I think finding another mom who's going through a similar situation who shares it on TikTok, I think that's the key point. They also have to be real on TikTok as well for it to be mutually beneficial. And basically collabing with them and maybe shoot, like if you have to, if this is someone who's actually has a lot of followers, and like you really want it, like, hey, like I'll pay you $50 to do a podcast with me. And I think you could feed off of that and grow so much faster, especially with something like TikTok.
Yeah, I think
that makes sense.
as somebody who has been able to grow a little bit on TikTok, something that I've learned that nobody wants to listen to from me. Like I say this a lot, I feel like it falls on deaf ears. I'm gonna say it again anyway because and I'll go ahead and say it. This is what works for me. May not work for you still. I don't know. But if you were to say, like, what do you think is the one thing that helps you when you have a video pop up? Almost every single time, like 99.999%, is the time that I didn't think about what I was doing. And what I mean is that, especially as a creator, right? You go, I'm going to make X video, and you're inspired. Do that and shut the f up, right? Excuse my language, but I have to be like front, like, you know, like I have to be up front here. When you start going, oh, you know what? Maybe I should turn a light. You've already f***ed up. Just go ahead and don't even make the video. Because every time you start thinking this is going to pop off, this is going to work, you've screwed it up already. And I don't know why it is that way. I say it, this is going to sound like woo-woo and bad, okay? I say it as like the algorithm can almost smell that you're trying to go viral or whatever. But if you've looked at one of my videos and you're like, how the hell is he doing it? This guy's just being an idiot. I feel like I've made 10 videos like him. It's because those were videos that I go, you know what? I don't care what happens. I'm going to post this. It's funny to me. And if it works, it works. Great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And almost every dang time, it works. And you would ask, okay, Chris, well, how come all your videos? Because I still do the same thing that we all do. You go, I need to post more content. And then I start thinking, well, maybe I should turn the light on. Maybe I should adjust the light. Oh, you know what? Let me redo the hook 6 times. Edit, 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 edit. So if you take away anything from this podcast at all, as far as if TikTok is your main focus, do whatever you can to shut up that voice in your head and just post content that feels good to you. And I promise you, like, come back to me. I want you to come back to me. If you were actually able to do what I'm describing and it didn't work, then I'll shut up and I'll never say it again. But if you post it and it works, I want to know. Because I'm telling you, every time it gets me, I go, man, I just need to, like, shut up and just post content. That's all you need to do on TikTok. Just post content.
I think that was a great place to end, Chris. I'm going to end it there. We've been rolling for about an hour or so now. I want to thank you guys first for jumping on with me. Obviously, we're going to share this across our platform. They're going to give everyone access to the clips, all the different things. And so you could check us out online. I'll be leaving our handles in the description as well. So if you want to link over to our TikToks, YouTubes, all those different things, you guys make sure you send me those links so that I could make sure I'm tagging the ones that you want tagged in the description. But I hope you're able to find some value in it. We're going to be doing another podcast with a few different guests, actually. Jen and Chris again, but with Kevin, aka Caillou. And then we're also going to be, he's going to get me in the comments, I know. But then I also have Meredith coming soon as well. So until next time, if you guys would like to check out an awesome podcast where Chris shares how he made $35K in 3 days, you can check it out right over here. Just click it. It's literally right there. You should click on it. Click the video. All right, bye.